for over 4 years now, so today we'll be showing you the top 10 best farms in Minecraft Bedrock Edition. These are the perfect farms for giving you a ton of really good loot while also being super easy to build. As well, this list gets better as the video goes on, and if you want to download any of the worlds you see in this video, you can find all of those down in the description. This is the easiest mob XP farm in Minecraft Java and Bedrock Edition. Not only is this farm super easy to set up, but you can expand it from 1 all the way up to 7 layers, with each new layer increasing how many drops you'll get from the farm. If you have just 1 layer, you'll get an entire chest of loot in 1 hour of using it. And if you have all 7 layers, you'll get over 50 levels an hour and more loot than you could ever use. I'm not joking, this is what you get in just 1 hour of using the farm. So with that, here's everything that you'll need to build it, and if you want to download this exact world here, you can find a link to that down in the description. The building location of this farm is very simple. You just want to make sure you're not over top of a river because mobs cannot spawn in river biomes. And as well, you want to be at least 100 blocks away from the closest mountain or hill. Now, once you've done that, start by building 100 blocks into the air using any type of block that you want, so all of the mobs spawn in the farm instead of on the ground. And then once you get up here to the top, make a nice 4x6 platform, again, using any type of block that you want. Now, once you get up here to the top, take one of those water buckets and place it right there so you can super easily get up and down from the farm. If you want to use ladders, scaffolding, anything like that, feel free to, but I find that super expensive. A bucket of water does the trick just fine. The collection system's very simple. All you need to do is count back to this 3rd block and place 2 chests there, and then come around to the back here and place 4 hoppers leading into those chests. Now as well, if you want, you can put carpets on top of here to prevent XP from getting stuck inside, but this part is completely optional. Now take 2 blocks and place them to the left there, 2 and place it to the right, and then come around to the back, shift and place 2 more on the edge of those hoppers. Then come back here to the front and place down 2 temporary blocks, and then take your slabs and place them at the top of those temporary blocks just like this. And this is where we're going to be actually attacking the mobs and then having the drops go down into this chest. But from here, what you want to do is take that same block and extend this drop chamber up until it is 23 blocks tall. And the reason we do this is pretty simple. All of the mobs are going to fall down this drop chamber, so they only take 1 hit to kill. Now as well, while you're making this drop chamber, you do not need to fill in the corners. It's kind of just a waste of blocks. And plus, I feel like this looks a lot nicer too. Once you're done building that drop chamber, up here at the top, you want to extend all of these out until they're a total of 8 blocks long. And once you're done with that, make a nice 2-block tall wall. That's fun to say. 2-block tall wall around all of these pathways. Now, while you're doing this, make sure that you fill in these corners like this. You don't want it to look like that. Otherwise, sometimes the mobs are going to float here and get stuck, and that's going to be a whole problem. So make sure that you fill in all of those corners. Now, to actually get the mobs down this drop chamber, what we need to do is place some water in all of these corners, or I guess all of the edges there. And the easiest way to do that is to make a nice little infinite water source off here to the side, because we are going to need quite a few buckets of water. And then take all of these and place them in all of these sides. And if you've done everything correctly, all of that water should flow perfectly straight to this edge right there. If it's not, make sure that from here all the way to the end is exactly 8 blocks. Now remove your infinite water source and then fill in all 4 of these corners with any type of solid block. Now, while you're doing this, if you want to make sure this farm works before you actually build it, or if something's not working, you could download this exact world that I'm playing on here down in the description. And as well, leave a like and subscribe if you enjoy, blah, blah, blah. Who cares about that? Okay, so you should now have all of these platforms looking like this. However, when the mobs spawn here, they're just going to stand here. And to make them walk over this edge, what we need to do is take a bunch of trapdoors, place them all along like that, and then open all of these up and repeat this for every single one of these blocks here. And now when the mobs spawn, they're going to think this is a full block. They're going to walk into our water chamber and then fall all the way down. It's now time for the walls around this structure. So come over to these edges right here and make a 2-high wall around the entire square. And now what we have to do is make sure that no spiders spawn in this farm, because if they spawn, they're all going to clog up this drop chamber, which is going to slow down the rates quite a lot. But don't worry, this process is extremely easy. All you need to do is take some trapdoors, place one in the corner, skip 2 blocks and place another one, and then continue this process until you have 9 trapdoors placed down, and then do that for all 4 of these squares. And with all of that done, the final thing we have to do is come over to a corner and then make a roof over top of the entire farm. Now, if you want to make more layers for the farm, it is very simple. All you need to do is dig out the blocks directly over top of those water chambers that we made, and then repeat the exact same steps here. And like I mentioned in the intro, you can have from 1 all the way up to 7 layers in this farm. And if you are adding more layers, make sure that they all line up like this so you can see all the way down to the water, and this is for the maximum efficiency inside of the farm. No matter how many layers you have though, at the very end, make sure to take some torches and place them up here at the top so no mobs spawn up here and slow down the rates. Now, a few more super important things to make sure this farm works. First of all, place some torches down here so no mobs spawn here and kill you. Hold out a looting 3 sword for the best rates. Go into your settings and make sure you are on easy, normal, or hard mode. And then scroll down and make sure you are on a simulation distance of 4 chunks. And now there you go. You'll get a bunch of XP and more loot than you could ever use. This is the new easiest iron farm in Minecraft Bedrock Edition. It'll literally take like 30 minutes to set up. The iron golems spawn, are automatically killed, and this small design can easily produce over 400 iron every hour that you use it. With that, here's everything that you'll need to build it. And if you want to download this exact world here, you can find a link to that down in the description. The building location of this farm is very simple. You just want to make sure you're in a nice open flat area like this that's at least 150 blocks away from the closest village or village entity, which just means don't be anywhere near any villagers, otherwise the iron golems are not going to spawn. Now, once you've got your building location, start off by digging a 5x5 hole in the ground, and then continue that down until it's 5x5 by 6 blocks deep. Now from here, what I'm gonna have you guys do is go to any one of the walls, doesn't matter which one, and place down 10 temporary blocks on the ground, and then turn around and place 10 more temporary blocks on the other side. Then grab all of your beds. You wanna place 5 beds on top of those temporary blocks, and then 5 beds on top of the other ones. Then break all of these temporary blocks and then place the rest of your beds underneath there, so you should now have 20 beds total. Now, once you're done with that, fill in this middle area with any type of block, doesn't matter what material this is. Then place 1 block in the center, 4 blocks in the corners like this, and then grab your torch and your workstations. Place down your torch in the center, and then take all of your workstations. I'm using fletching tables, but you can use whatever type of workstation you want, doesn't matter. And you want to place all of these down here, so you should now have 20 beds and 20 workstations. And the final thing we need to do is get 20 villagers down inside of this area. But don't worry, this process is a lot easier than you might think. All you need to do is get 2 villagers in a boat near the farm, and then break that boat, if it'll break. And without hitting them, try to push both of those villagers inside of that area. There we go. And now to breed them, all you need to do is throw them a bunch of bread, carrots, or potatoes, and eventually these guys will turn into 20 villagers. As well, while you're doing this, make sure you do not have any of these guys with a green jacket, otherwise they cannot get a job. And as well, make sure any baby villagers that you have grown up before you actually start using the farm. Okay, so you should now have 20 villagers inside of here, all with the profession of the workstation that you placed down. And as you can see, my farm is already starting to spawn iron golems, which is perfect. If yours isn't, don't worry, they'll start spawning later. For now, what you want to do is make sure you have that torch placed down in the middle, and then using any type of block, although I'm going to use smooth stone, you want to cover these guys up, trapping them down there forever. Once you've got that done, what you want to do is count 1, 2, and on this 3rd block right here, using any type of block, although I'm going to use slabs, you want to make a ring around this center 5x5 square. And perfect, there we go. So now that you're done with that, let's work on actually killing these iron golems and collecting all of their loot. So for this, go to any corner of this, doesn't matter which one, and break 4 of these blocks, just like that, and then 3 more of them that way. Now go to this corner block and break it, and then take a hopper and lead it into either one of those 2, and then break both of those and place down a double chest just like that. Now in all of these blocks that we just broke, you want to replace all of them with full solid blocks, so replace them, except for the one over top of the chest. If we place a block here, you can't open it up. So what you want to do is either put a transparent block or an upside down stair, and there you go, you can now open up this chest. Now coming back over to here, take more full solid blocks and place 5 more of them just like that. And then finally take some slabs and place them on top of all of these solid blocks just to make sure that none of the iron golems spawn there. Now take a sign and place it on either one of those 2 blocks like that. A sign up there, and then a bucket of lava, and that's how we're going to kill the iron golems. And then if you want to get rid of the cats, because sometimes cats are going to spawn and clog this up, what you can do is take a campfire, put it over top of there, and then extend these hoppers out by 1 just like that. Although personally, I don't really care about that, so I'm just gonna keep the farm looking like this. So we can now kill the iron golems and collect their loot. Let's work on actually pushing them over